Welcome back to a new book review video. I do not have a physical book to hold up for you, so I shall simply put the cover here. The book I read this week was Black Dragon Rising by Nita Round. This is the first book in, I think, the Black Dragon Rising series. I don't remember what the series is called, so don't quote me on that one. And it is about a book. It is about a girl named Canastia who is, she's very slight, she's got pointed ears, and everyone in her surrounding village thinks she's a freak until one day she gets kind of sent off to be a blood sacrifice, and so she is resigned herself to unpleasant things and discovers that, well, hey, the unpleasantness is not quite what she thought, and since she knows about dragons, her place in the world is entirely different. And this was... It's an epic fantasy. It's obviously an epic fantasy because some of the things that are happening involve multiple kingdoms. It takes place in a world at large. The events are obviously affecting large-scale people, but it feels a lot smaller than that, not like slice of life. It's definitely just, it feels smaller for this particular book. And I think that's because a lot of this book is kind of set up for things that are going to happen later on in the series, because we are learning a lot about dragon lore, we're learning a lot about Castanya's family, Canastia. I'm sorry, I'm getting the name wrong. We're learning a lot about her family and kind of the magical background and the different people that she's getting to know and call friends, and then kind of leaning into what's going to happen next and taking the next step in her journey. And it was an interesting book. I would have loved for the journey to have been a bit more apparent, because I felt like we were getting a lot of, oh, here's a bunch of lore about all these things that are happening, and then we kind of don't see the result of that lore or why it's needed until the very end or anything like that. And so it just feels like, okay, here's a lot of information that's not really relevant to what's happening in the moment. And I get that that's setting up a lot of later books, but I want a bit more kind of relation between the information and the action that's going on. So it was entertaining, and I'm curious to see what'll happen in the next books, especially since the prologue of this book had literally nothing to do with any of the characters or any of the story that I could figure out. So I will say that Canastia's grandmother irritated me. Not because she was a bad character. She was, very nice, and she cared about her granddaughter and whatnot, but the information that she withheld, like knowingly withheld, even though it was obviously causing problems for Canastia and giving some issues with plot that is going to come up later in the series or later in the book even. Like, this is some pretty important information that you should absolutely have told your granddaughter, even though other people might not have understood what was going on. I mean, your granddaughter's 17. She can keep a secret if she needs to. I was irritated by that. Like, severely irritated. Even though she was supposed to be a nice person. So, I don't know what to do with that information. Just, if you want your mentor characters to be providing the appropriate information for our heroes, then this is probably not the book for you. Still, it was entertaining. I liked Scent. I think it was very fun, and I'm curious to see what'll happen next. So, if you are interested in that sort of a book, Black Dragon Rising would be the one for you. Otherwise, have a great day, happy reading, and I shall see you next time. Bye.